Welcome to the Farmer Show, where we talk about everyday life and give advice. Any advice we give is based on opinions, not facts. I'm your host, Lovey.
And I'm your host, Z. Our Instagram is thefarmers_show.
That's TheFarmers_SHOW.
Make sure y'all follow us there and show us some love. And today's topic is, how does it feel being married?
We hope from wherever y'all listening from, y'all have enough fans. Have a blessed day. So let's get into it.
So, how does it feel being married? To be honest, it feels the same. Like, when you already have that connection, that trust, and that love, it's just, marriage is basically just the icing on the cake.
I have to agree with you. It feels surreal, but it just feels like a continuation of a fairy tale. I think I used that description with somebody else too. They asked me how it felt. I'm just like, it's just a continuation of our fairy tale, our love story. I feel like more of an adult being married than I did before. And it's just a big flex to me. Like, there's nothing I love more than just flex my wife. Like, that's my biggest flex. Flex my ring, flex my marriage, flex my last name. I'm just like, Miss Farmer, Miss Farmer, Miss Farmer, Miss F. I love it. It feels amazing.
Facts. So, like, what does marriage mean to you?
To me, marriage means it's like a partnership, but not only that, it's just like a soul tie. Like, I am promising to love you forever, and and just be that person for you, and be a better person for myself. That's what marriage is. Marriage is actually work, but also it's very, very rewarding.
It's teamwork.
Definitely teamwork, for sure. I agree.
So when you were younger, like, what age did you, like, plan on getting married?
No age, because back then I wasn't thinking about marriage. I was thinking about marriage. I'm just like...
Not like when you was younger, but
what
like,
you mean?
Maybe like high school or something like that. Not at all?
No. I wasn't trying to marry nobody. Like, there was nobody I felt like was worthy of being married to, of me tying myself to, until you came into my life. Like, honestly, when I was thinking about marriage at all, I was like, you know what? If I was to get married, it would be to have some wedding cake. I'm a big foodie, you know?
I think, well, when I was about high school-ish, I was like 25, so I kind of did it a little earlier.
Yeah.
Well, like a year earlier.
I'm proud of you. Look at you. Oh, my goodness.
Meeting my goals and whatnot, so yeah.
I do have a question for you.
What's up?
So, what have you learned since we've been married?
What have I learned? I would say patience, a lot of patience. I would say compromising. That's a big one.
You have been compromising a lot more.
A lot, yeah.
I like that. It looks good on you.
So I don't want to make it seem like I waited until we got married to compromise or anything. Like, it just took me a minute to like get to that point. But it's like, I felt like when we got married, it was like, okay, look, I'm gonna have to do this now, no matter how I feel and this, that, and the third. Not saying that, when we was in a relationship, I wasn't feeling like that, but I don't know. It just feel kind of different now.
I know what you mean, because I kind of went through my own thing too, where it's just like, it's like once you realize like, okay, we're married and we are all we got.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
We have to be that person for each other for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, outside of like family, outside of friends, we really have to be those people for each other that we can rely on, come to and talk to, and compromise a lot, but also too, like, I want to make her happy so much more. Like, I always wanted to make her happy, but I definitely want to make you happy so much more, because you're not about to go nowhere. You stuck with me for the rest of your life. So you might as well. With me. All right. I am, but you might as well be happy. So who am I to make you unhappy? We gonna be together forever.
But I can say, like, it's not really nothing different. It's just, like I said, icing on the cake. We're normal people. Of course, we have our good times and our bad times, but our good times outweigh our bad a lot.
And our bad usually...
it's
isn't
not
with
even
each
that
other.
really bad. Yeah,
it's
it's
not
not
even
even.
really with each other.
Yeah, it's not even really bad. They just more so disagreements, but
Yeah.
we mature enough to talk through it and work it out and stuff like that. So it's not like them toxic relationships.
We don't argue.
Yeah, we don't argue.
We don't
I know it
argue.
sounds crazy, but we literally don't argue. Like, we talk it out. Use our words.
Use our words. I agree. And that's the key to a healthy marriage, to use your words. I agree. What do you think is the key to, I would say, our happy marriage? I don't want anybody to think that, oh yeah, we just know it all for everybody. We the experts in marriage and stuff. Because we're new to this. We are still learning. But the key to our happy marriage.
The key to our happy marriage, I would say communication, like I said, compromising, and just knowing each other and, knowing what each other like and what we don't like and stuff like that. So, yeah. I think those three are the good, strong ones.
Those some good ones. Mine would be definitely teamwork, being a true eunuch. And there's no knowledge that comes into this house that she doesn't know and that I don't know.
Yeah, we
know everything.
We tell each other everything. We're honest no matter what. Like, some stuff it can, be difficult to tell your partner and stuff, but we still like tell each other because, like I said, that's the key to having a close relationship and having an honest relationship and stuff like that.
Yes, and when you do it like that, it just leads to even more trust. Just believing in your partner, trusting in yourself, and you just... I just feel like you have to become best friends. We were already basically best friends before we got married, but I just feel like if you wouldn't want to be best friends with your partner, like, you really have to, like, let's say, like, if y'all weren't dating, would you want your partner to be your best friend?
Yeah. I can see
Yes,
that.
you would. Yeah, I would want you to be my best friend. And I feel like if that's not the case, you're going to have to ask yourself some serious questions. Like, if I wouldn't even want to be a friend with you, what do I want to tie the rest of my life to you? I don't want to see you every day, and I don't even want to be best friends with you. Right. Like, that's just kind of like how marriage is. Just like your best friends, but also your lovers. You're each other's confidants. You're each other's everything, essentially. You're my everything, baby.
You my everything. I love you too, baby. I do want to like go deeper into those 3 points I made. Communication, compromising, and, knowing each other and stuff. Like, communication, that is like the biggest thing when it comes to relationships, marriage, anything. Like, that's with anything in life. Like, communication, you have to have good communication. You have to, talk stuff out. You can't just go to sleep mad or just like not talk about anything and just expect that person to know something, or nobody cannot read each other's mind. So you have to talk. You have to have that open communication with people and stuff. Then like with compromising, you watch movies and stuff that I like to watch all the time and stuff like that. And sometimes you want to watch something, so I can be like, okay, you do watch what I want to watch all the time. Let me watch what you want to watch this time. Just kind of like...
just having that trade off.
Yeah.
Because you want to make each other happy. When you truly care about each other's feelings, you'll be willing to do stuff like that.
Right.
And that does come with communication, because you can't your way or the highway everything all the time. There's some people who they live their life just doing that. It's my way or the highway. You cannot do that in a marriage. It's a partnership. And if that's the case, then it may not be for you. Right. I don't want to speak for everybody, because maybe that works for some people. Some people, they might get off on that. Like, oh, what girl, you about to break up with me if I don't do this? Oh, that's what's up,
Yeah.
No, not over here, honey boo.
Right. And then another thing, just knowing each other and what each other don't like and, what we like. You don't want to intentionally do something that that person do not like.
Exactly.
Because, like, what's the point of that? They don't like that. It's going to cause an argument or something like that. Why even start it?
It's the audacity.
Yeah.
It's the audacity for
But,
me.
and then still, like, even knowing what they like knowing their love language and stuff like that. Sometimes just surprise them with like some flowers or something like that, you got to understand that's why I say communication too, because you have to talk so you can get to know each other. Me and Lovey, we talk all the time. We find out different stuff about each other every single day, because it's like we continuously learning each other. Just because you're in a relationship or a marriage and stuff don't mean you know every single thing about that person. People change every day. So, you know, some things they might like one day, they might not like the next day. You know, everybody changes. So it's like, you know, you constantly getting to know that person as you go on.
I do feel like we have learned more about each other. Well, we learned a lot about each other dating anyway, but we are still dating in this marriage. We're still dating each other. We're still getting to know each other. But we're even more comfortable. Like, I'm trying to explain how I feel like, even though it's like a continuation of this, you know, our fairy tale, the love that we have going on for each other. But it's kind of like, think about this. Like, if you had some valuables, right? And you had it in a safe and nobody knew the location of this safe. So you were kind of securing it. Nobody knows the location of this safe, but you know there's no lock on it. So it's like, if somebody does somehow find the location of my safe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I always knew that I could trust you. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, actually being married to you, I feel even more secure. Because not only nobody knows the location of my safe, I got a lock on it too. Try to get in there if you want to, but you're going to look stupid.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like those three things are like really important when it comes to marriage. Not even just marriage, just a relationship in general.
In general, yes. You have got to be each other's teammates. Y'all have to just be partners in crime. Like, seriously. Also, I just kind of want to talk about our wedding a little bit, because, you know, although growing up, I was never like, oh, you know, my wedding's going to be like this, be like that. I didn't picture it in a living room. However, it was so beautiful.
Yeah, like, me growing up, I didn't really care for not marriage, but a wedding, a big wedding.
No, you meant that. You was an F-boy. No,
it's like I did want to get married when I was younger, but then again, I was like, if I don't, it's not that big of a deal. But,
right.
You know, at the time, my head won't screwed on right. I won't really thinking about that, but yeah. But I know in the long term, you know, I did want that, but yeah.
You just ain't never met nobody like me. Stop.
You know, our wedding and stuff like that, you know, being that our families have their different views on, you know, lesbians and gays and just the LGBTQIA, ABCDEFG, you know.
Yeah. LMNOP
But yeah, just, you know, our family in general having their own, you know, perspective of that and stuff like that. You know, we didn't really have as much support. So, you know, we just had a little ceremony in our living room. My sister and brother-in-law, they was our witnesses.
Yes.
It was actually beautiful. Like, even though you had to go to work afterwards. You know?
I did, y'all. I actually worked from home, so I went to work right after.
Yeah, do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta make this money.
Yeah, because times are hard.
It really is. It's hard out here for them. We trying to get money for me. Okay, let me stop. But you know, I just want to start off with how we actually picked our officiant, because I know maybe not a lot of people know how to go about getting an officiant, especially with like a gay marriage in your living room. I don't remember what app we actually used or what website we went to, but we did go to like this website. We found our officiant. It was between two people, and we actually ended up going with a man, and he is so cool. Like, when I say we got on the phone, we was all chatting like we were talking to our cousin. Like, it was insane. So I just knew he was gonna crack us all up and just have some real words of wisdom. And he definitely did. And it wasn't that much, you guys. I think it was like a couple $100. Yeah. If even that. It really wasn't that bad.
And I think that app was Thumbtack that we had went on.
Yeah, so shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for helping us with finding someone to marry us. A lot of our decorations, y'all, came from Dollar Tree, believe it or not. And a couple came from like Walmart. We got some like balloons from Amazon. We had this beautiful looking curtain over the, I don't know what you would call it. It's like, to our kitchen, there's like a U shape. area kind of separating it from the living room, but we had like a little, beautiful curtain there, a sparkly, what would you call that? The little runner.
Oh, the runner.
Yeah, the sparkly
the
runner. The owl runner, that was gorgeous. And it was kind of like Christmas themed because we had got, if you listen to episode 1, we actually got engaged on Christmas.
Yeah.
So
we ended up getting married. We got together December 21st. So we actually got married December 21st.
So it was
last year.
Our 4-year anniversary.
Yeah, it was our 4-year anniversary that we got married on. So I thought it was pretty neat. And then it's easy to remember. It's one day.
Exactly, because the way my memory is set up, I can't even tell you what I ate like 30 minutes ago. It's insane.
For real. People be like, yeah, we been together for 5 years and, got together in October and then married in August and been together for... That's too much. Like, one date is so simple. So I was like, yeah,
that's why y'all gotta... Look, people who get married on different dates and they actually got together and all this other stuff, getting married in the spring, engaged in the fall, and you got together and it was winter time. Give your partner some slack when they don't remember the anniversary because it's a lot of numbers.
For real.
But overall, it was absolutely beautiful. I believe we did post some pictures on our Instagram.
Oh yeah,
Just a little bit of it. My dress came from Amazon, and leading up to like the wedding day, I wasn't nervous. I wasn't nervous at all.
I was more so excited.
I was too. I'm like, I can't wait to marry this beautiful woman. I'm just, y'all, it just feels so good to be married. And when we walked out, what happened?
Seeing her walk down that aisle, I was just like, wow, man, like, that's about to be my wife in like 20 more minutes.
Yes, y'all. I was just so excited. When I came out, I was like, oh, y'all, my baby looked good. She had the whole outfit on. She put on a bow tie. Did you have on a bow tie or actual tie?
It was a bow tie.
Yeah, it was a bow tie, y'all. Yeah. So she was looking so
I was
good.
mad because I had ordered some shoes. Okay, so she had like her favorite color is pink. So we did like a rose gold and like a blue. Cause my favorite color blue. Mm-hmm. So we did like rose gold and blue thing. And like our Christmas tree, it was rose gold and blue too. So everything matched, the whole everything.
Beautiful.
So yeah, I had ordered my outfit. I was gonna have pink. I was gonna do rose gold. I was gonna do that for her. I had like the rose gold belt, rose gold bow tie, and I had the rose gold shoes. Man, I ordered them shoes. It was like, I think it was like a couple of days before our wedding and stuff. Them shoes was freaking boats on me, and I ordered my size. They was boats. I was like, bro.
Amazon, count your days.
For real. I was like, how am I supposed to find some shoes in this matter of time? Because, the mall and stuff, they don't have what you be looking for. So I was like, dang. So I had to end up wearing some shoes I already had. But, I mean, the outfit still came together. It was still nice and stuff. I was so mad, though. That thing pissed me off.
This is how I picture, leading up to the wedding, like how it was for me versus you. Do you know that do you know that TikTok where it's like John Days on boss on me? You like I feel like that's how it was for you. Like you was just like it was probably a little bit chaotic, trying to make sure you got everything.
Yeah. Cause and then like it's supposed to my stuff came and it got delayed. So I'm like, what is going on? I was like, man, I probably won't have my outfit and stuff. I thought I had to go and buy another outfit after I already bought that because I thought it was going to be on time. So it was just a lot going on.
I'm just like, just wear the shoes that you got. I was wearing shoes that I already had. Luckily, they were cute. They were all sparkly.
That was because you only wore it one time. She had them shoes. She actually wore it for her dad wedding. So that was the only time she really wore those shoes.
Those are different pair of heels.
Oh, they were?
Mm-hmm. I wore those to the club. The ones I wore. Y'all, I wore my wedding shoes to the club.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
But you only wore them like one time,
I did wear them once. But they are just perfect wedding shoes. They were cute. They weren't too tall either because, y'all.
I'm short.
Not saying I can't walk. I am too. I just found out last year that I was short. I'm sorry, because it really makes me emotional. For so long, I thought I was 5'7", and then we went.
I knew you weren't no 5'7".
I thought I was 5'7" for some reason, and I'm just like, you must you have to be lying about your height. And I used to play her by her height all the time. And then we went to the doctors one day for me, and they asked me my height. I was like, oh, I'm 5'7". And the nurse, like, laughed. And she was like, who told you that? I was just like, oh, I found out I was Smurfette, y'all. Like, that's not a good way to find
No,
out.
I told you probably like 5'5".
Like 5'5",
you're
apparently.
Like 5'5".
I thought I was 5'7", so...
No. My sister is like 5'7".
I'm just like them dudes who be lying in their dating profile. Like, I really thought I was taller. But overall, it was
Everybody
absolutely
taller
beautiful,
than me. Everybody taller than me. It sucks being short. I'm 5'3", by the way.
You reached the right places. That's all that matters. It's all that matters. Okay. If I need a pickle jar at the bottom of the shelf, I know you can get it for me. And I don't have to worry. I don't have to be down and break my back.
I ain't gonna care. I do got like a little step stool so I can like reach up. Cause our cabinets are very high, so I do be using that step stool. What you laughing for? You be using it too.
I mean, I do, but I also enjoy being able to pick you up. I've never been able to pick anybody up that I've dated before. I can pick you up. I can just bring you to the next room, put you down here. I'm like, just chill out here for a little bit. She do be picking me up.
I ain't never had nobody pick me up before like that.
Y'all, it is so fun. I do have a question because, like, at first we were going to spend our honeymoon in Winchester, Virginia.
Yeah.
Winchester, Virginia?
Something like that.
Yeah, we was going to have this, like, really, really nice Airbnb. It was, like, a nice little cute getaway. Had a jacuzzi. Private this time. Like, nobody was going to be able to look at us and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
It was just going to be really, really nice. But due to, like, you know, plans changed. Financially, we couldn't afford to do it. So we just had, like, you know how they do, like, the little, they was doing, like, the snow globe things with the tent and stuff like that. We did stuff like that in the living room, just kind of camped out and just ate food and had an amazing time. It was awesome.
Because she was actually off of work for like 2 weeks because of Christmas and everything. So
yeah, that worked out pretty
good.
Well,
it wasn't 2 weeks. It was about a week and some change.
It felt like 2 weeks.
Yeah, because, you know, like, New Year's is like right there. So it was kind of like
a week and some change. And we brought the New Year's in together. It was lit, y'all.
Yeah, it was lit.
So I do have a question, babe. So if we could do our honeymoon over, where would we spend it? Papi Chulo, where would you take me?
To be honest, I don't know. But I would love to, like, just probably get on a plane and go somewhere. Like,
yeah.
I remember when we went to Miami. That was nice.
Oh, Miami.
That was nice. Yeah. But it's like, it was in December when we got married. So it was like, you know, probably a little... Well, I wouldn't even say it was cold. It don't get cold in Miami like that. No.
Man...
I probably would have went back to Miami.
You think my edges could survive another trip? Y'all, it is so hot in Miami.
It is.
They got the heat for real. I'm telling you. But it's so nice and just unproblematic. Like, there was no drama there. I didn't feel judged. I had such a good time. And we're going to talk about that in another podcast about that whole trip. But it was amazing.
It was nice. Yeah. So, let's talk about, like, different standards people put, like, on relationships, you know, like and lesbian relationships and, you know, straight relationships, marriage, everything in general. With relationships and stuff like that, lesbian relationships, it's like, you know, you had a film and a stud and stuff like that. And people like to put different standards, like, you know, the stud should be doing this, and, you know, the stud shouldn't do this. You know, stud should, I guess, take out the trash and do kind of like the masculine, like, you know, duties around the house and stuff like that. But, you know, me and your relationship is different. Like, we split everything 50-50. And I feel like, you know, I mean, even with, like, straight couples and stuff, they do that. You know, like, they be like, the man supposed to pay the rent, you know, while the woman cook and clean and this, that, and the third and stuff like that. Not saying that, you know, it's different because we are, you know, two females and stuff. But, I mean, it's just easier splitting things 50-50.
I agree, because one thing I feel like we don't have in our relationship, because we do go 50-50 on a lot of things, and we aren't afraid to, you know, be vulnerable with each other. Like, even though with you being a stud, you don't mind being a little bit vulnerable with me, show me your feminine side. And then you don't mind me, I ain't gonna say like me being masculine, but I can have my little big deep energy moments where, like, you the little spoon and I cuddle you and stuff like that, and you back up on me and everything. And I embrace that. But one thing we don't have is resentment.
Yeah.
I don't resent, oh, you don't do this, blah, 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 blah. Like, because we both do it, you know?
Yeah, like I can say, like, being with you, I have been more feminine.
It's an enemy.
I have been more, I brought out my feminine side more since I've been with you and stuff like that. Because, usually I dated a lot of straight women. So, of course, they try to compare you to, like, a dude and stuff like that. And try to, not force you to do so. But, don't like when you be so, girly and stuff like that. But
putting
being with
those
you,
standards on you.
Yeah, putting, like I said, different standards. But being with you, I can just be my free, natural self. Just because you're a stud don't mean you have to be masculine all the time. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I think I'd be more feminine than I do masculine half of the time. So
I love it.
But yeah, that's just me. That. I'm just goofy and, just myself.
And I think that just comes with who we are as people too, because prior to me and you coming into my life, the goofy side of me, the fun side of me, nobody I dated got that. Yeah. They never got that because we never got that far. I never got that comfortable with
Same
them.
with me. Like, I mean, I have been goofy in other relationships and stuff like that. But, like I said, sometimes they just be like, okay, you being a little too girly and this and that. I'm like, bro, like, we both females. Like, So, yeah, I think a lot of people do put, like, a lot of different standards, like even with straight marriage and relationships too, because it's like, they expect men to do everything. Men already do enough as far as providing and stuff like that. They already have that mentality in their head that, okay, I have to provide for my family, I have to do this and the third and stuff like that. And then it's like, it shouldn't be like that. Like back in the day, of course, yeah, it was like that. But now things are so different now. Right. Things are so high now.
You really, truly have to be a partner and not have this, like not this, like you versus me or you got this. This is what I have. No, bring that together. Yeah. Y'all both work together towards something. It's not, oh, you have to have this before we blah, 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 or I need to do this before D. Like, y'all just have to work together. There's, and this is not every couple, just not every straight couple, it's not every lesbian couple, but we have noticed this with certain couples that we have dealt with in our lives.
Even, like, with my family, like, they expect the men to pay the rent and stuff like that, I'm like, yo, like, if y'all split this, it would be so much easier. So much easier. Like, not trying to tell people what to do with their, however y'all do it is cool. But me personally, I just feel like splitting things, going 50-50 with each other is so much easier.
It just baffles me how some people, they'll go 50-50 with their bestie, but won't go 50-50 with their boo.
Yeah.
One other thing I have noticed in some lesbian relationships, not all, is not taking a relationship seriously outside of sex. Like, it's just so sex-based.
Yeah.
Like, just we do this, we get real freaky and stuff. Yeah. Like, okay, but, like, what do you like about her? What do you truly love about each other? What are y'all actually building and working towards outside of building y'all toy collection?
Yeah, in a lot of lesbian relationships, they do focus on sex so much. And it's like, it's so much more than just sex. Like, just because we're two females or, two males together or something like that, don't mean that's all we do is have sex. Like, no, it's more to it. We're just like normal people. I don't know why people look at it like that. Like,
I don't either, because it's almost like they treat themselves as a, like, it's like, it's just, I don't know. I don't want to, like, I'm trying to make sure I say this right, but it's like, almost as if it's like, as just a fun time.
Yeah.
As almost a phase, even though it's not a phase to be gay, but just the relationship itself is like a phase. This is a fun time, and I'm on to the next.
And that's
some people do that even with straight couples. Some people do that too.
And that's another thing, people be like, "Oh, it's just a phase." A lot of females, it do be a phase for them and stuff like that. But it's like, at the same time, don't expect every lesbian or gay couple relationships and stuff to be a phase, because like I said, some people, they grow out of it, yes, but when you really committed and, really love that person, it's aggravated hearing other people in your ear, oh, it's a phase, you'll get over it. You know,
Oh
like,
my God, I swear, when I first, like, you know, came out, and when, like, Z is my first, well, she's my first girlfriend. Well, we're married now. It's so weird to say that word now. We're married, but she's the first girl I ever dated. And I consider myself to be lesbian. I don't consider myself to be straight. I know my sexuality. And everybody kept saying, oh, well, not everybody. It was just a few people in my family. My friends already knew I was gay. Like, when I came out, and they were like, okay, girl, we already knew you was gay. Ho, we told you. You know, they been told me I was gay and stuff like that. But it's just like, with my family, a lot of them was just like, oh, that's a phase and stuff like that. And now I'm married.
Yeah. That's how it was with my family too. It's just like, you know, it's a phase. You'll grow out of it. Like, I came out when I was like 12. So, you know, everybody was just like, you know, you'll grow out of it.
gay.
For real, I was gay before the trend. Like, I was gay before the trend.
You were gay before it was a word.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, you know, it's just, you can't just assume that everybody is going through a phase and stuff. Like I said, some people do, some people don't, but that's not your place to judge or try to, you know, push something on somebody and stuff like that. Oh, Lord, don't even get me started with the religion thing.
My goodness.
That's a whole nother topic.
You can't beat the gay out of people. I'm just going to let you know that. If you, look, put the belt down, put the frying pan down. Stop trying to beat the gay out of everybody. It's just insane. One other thing is a you should just know mentality. There are some gay people who do this too, some gay relationships that are like this, but there are a lot of straight relationships that are like the you should just know this. You should just know.
We can't read your mind. We don't just know. Like, that's why I said that's where communication comes. You can't just know what somebody's thinking or just know what somebody's feeling or something like that. Like, you have to communicate. You have to let your partner know how you feeling, you know, what you like, what you don't like.
Exactly.
Like,
imagine going to McDonald's with that mentality. You would get cussed out every single time. I'll go to the window and they're like, welcome to McDonald's. What do you want? Well, excuse me. I'm a regular here. Can I get my regular meal? And they be like, can you get your regular ass out of this line? We don't know what you want. You just have to tell people, because the thing is, there are a lot, as you're growing up, you don't even know yourself.
Right.
You don't even know what you want half the time. How can you expect somebody else to know what you want? Exactly. You have to talk to each other. You can't say, oh, you should just know that this is what I don't like. You didn't even know that you didn't like it until you tried it. Like, y'all have got to be more patient with each other, y'all. Like, everybody has to be patient with each other this day and time, because that's almost all we got left now. With everything that has gone on these past few years, through just all this disaster, that's all we have left is some patience. We ain't got a choice but to wait. Right. Gotta wait in line. You gotta wait everywhere. It's just insane.
After you pay a bill, you gotta wait for them to snatch that money out of your account.
Like, I'm saying. Oh, sometimes they snatch it real fast. Like, oh, thank you. I'm like, honey, I wasn't doing this to be nice. I have to survive.
Yeah, I do have a question though. So, you know, I know that I'm your first female you ever been with. So, like, do it feel any different being with a woman versus a man? And then, like, you know, what are the pros and cons with being with a woman?
All pros.
All pros.
Yes. Y'all, I found my place, because for so long when I was dating, man, it's just something was always off. I couldn't get past 3 months of a relationship. And mind you, I couldn't be myself. I wasn't comfortable. And a lot of times, sometimes I felt like I was the man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I did feel like I was the man. And it was just like, when Z came into my life, I just like, this is where I was supposed to be. With dating her, I don't even know if it's like this with all women, but since I've been dating her and dating just women in general, I know what she wants. And she knows what I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, we communicate and talk and stuff like that, but it's the intuition, the women intuition. We know that we want to be, like, loved on and carried on. Like, she takes the extra time to just make sure that I'm okay. Yeah. Like, how are you feeling? Right. Like, she understands my period. Like, period. You know, real. I love that. And then I don't have to worry about getting lockjaw. Like, that's annoying.
Oh my God.
I have to worry about that. Like, I'm not gonna cap. Like, it is all pros dating a woman, in my personal opinion. I really do enjoy it. I just feel like I have a best friend, but I also have a lover and someone that I know understands my plight as a woman.
Yeah.
You understand what I go through because you go through it too.
Yeah.
That is
and like
hard
I
to
said
explain.
too, like, you know, even with some studs, like, they are afraid to be vulnerable. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I'm a softie. Like, I'm gonna tell you how I feel and all of that. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and play all hard and stuff like that. Like I said, I do have like my masculine energy and stuff like that, but deep down inside, like, I want to be loved on too. I want to be cuddled. I want to be the little spoon and stuff like that, you know?
Yes.
So, yeah.
It's just like, I hate to see you cry,
Yeah.
but for you to feel that vulnerable with me and I don't have to try to pull it out of you.
Yeah.
Because that is so hard to be with somebody who is just so emotionally unavailable. And I should know because at one point I was that. But when you are dealing with someone that are of the opposite sex of you, their emotions are different because they're taught that you need to be hard. You can't do this. You can't do that.
Right. That's where it comes with a lot of, you know, different standards they put on people again.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all. So if there's anything you want us to talk about or need advice, hit us up on our IG at thefarmers_show.
And we're out.
Bye, y'all.